just saw it on the news a couple of weeks ago and it knocked everything down. I thought, oh, geez.
Well, I thought this was
Yeah. I'll just put my chairs here behind. Is that right there behind you? Yeah, I'm on there. I did a rat test and I did a rat test and it came back all negative. So where you influenza A and B and COVID and RSV, so it come back negative and all that. It's just a heavy cold. Oh yeah, well Tam said, well good, you're not really sick. So, yeah, well that's her story. Yeah.
Hi Ned, sorry, I'm just trying to get out of the way.
Probably six stress.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Broadmeadow Magic coach Jim Cressner has declared this one a 6-pointer, and the table tells the story. It's the third place Weston Bears hosting the second place Magic in our match of the round in round 19 of NPL Northern New South Wales men's. Good afternoon from Rockwell Automation Park. I'm Daniel Herrero. We'll hear from Matt Butner in a second as well on comms.
Respect to the people of the Wanneroo Nation, make strong connections to this area.
We are minutes away from kickoff now.
Present here today, a very big welcome. Just a reminder from Northern New South Wales.
Big clash for both of these teams today. Third versus second, but for Broadmeadow, their eyes are also on the spot above them, the Edgeworth Eagles. And the premiership race will play out in real time this afternoon. The Eagles travelling to Cooks Hill a little later in the day. That'll kick off in about half an hour from now. Our eyes are out in Weston at Government Road. Broadmeadow Magic in their standard red kit against the Bears in their black and white stripes. The toss of a coin. And it looks like
on the bench, Tom Parks, James Stewart,
we might stay as we are.
For the Bears,
Chris Hurley and Jeremy Wilson, the captains for Weston and Broadmeadow respectively, will run through the team list. We'll just go in numerical order for the Bears. The starting 11 is Brock Beveridge, Mana Iwasaki, Dom Archbold, Chris Hurley, Connor Evans, Christopher Hatfield, Blake Archbold, Cooper Buswell, Burke Farling, George Stevens, the goalkeeper, and Musa Kamara. On the other side of the pitch, it'll be Lewis Alvarez in goals for Broadmeadow, Sam Camper, Thomas Beecham, Will Ingram, Jack Simmons, Jared Baker, Ezra Palambini, Ryan Enzer, Jeremy Wilson, James Cressner and Cody Nankaro. And it will be Weston who will kick off with Cooper Buswell. As the referee checks his watch, we're about 6 minutes past the hour now here at Weston. And we are good to go in the match of the round. The Weston Bears versus the Broadmeadow Magic at Rockwell Automation Park. Bears with first use of the football, but turned it over already, and it's Nankaro. Takes it towards the area for Magic and then just rolls it back to Camper. And has to track back now Wilson. He's in a bit more of an advanced position, usually a holding midfielder Wilson. He tries to get the crossover. It's a tame one. And it's a goal kick in any case. So we say good afternoon for the first time to Matt Butner. Matt, we're expecting a big one this Arvo, aren't we?
Yeah, thanks, Daniel. And it's a really exciting fixture here. Great conditions. The pitch looks immaculate. The sun's out at the moment for Saturday afternoon football. And you mentioned it, Jimmy Cressner was exactly right. It's a 6-point game for the Magic here. But Weston Bears, they fell short midweek. First game this season, they haven't scored a goal, losing 2-0 at home to Lambton Jaffers, who are fighting in a finals battle of their own. As we see a foul on Nankaro early, no cards given. But massive game for Weston as well. They have to bounce back today, and they're sitting pretty in third position. But if Magic want to stay touch tight with Edgeworth, it's a must-win for them.
Yeah, that's right. So Broadmeadow come into this one 3 behind Edgeworth. They've both played 16 so far. Weston at 10 behind Broadmeadow, but they have 2 games in hand. Broadmeadow have just come off a really congested period, 5 games in 2 weeks. They finally had a full week off, and just to get some time on the training pitch. It's going to get busy for the Bears soon with Australia Cup and State Cup, and it eases up a bit for Magic. So squad management key for both coaches as the free kick is delivered by Baker. Edge of the area. I think it was Beecham that got a head on it, and not too much happening. Nancaro now to try and recycle for the Magic. Prods one into Wilson. They try and work the tight areas, but Hurley got a foot in there. Magic again, Ensa. Baker rides one challenge from Farling. Play on. And Hurley nods it out of trouble, and it'll be a Broadmeadow throw.
Expect a physical affair the first 10 minutes, Daniel. Both teams know how important the start of this game is. Plenty of good individual battles all across the pitch. Magic with early field possession at the moment.
That was Crestnar trying to force the issue. It's been given the heave-ho by Evans. And nodded forward by Ingram. Magic trying to come again. Well, just check back momentarily. Simmons will have to go all the way back to his keeper, and Alvarez will have to be out to meet this quickly. As the press came in, Farling gets a foot on it. Evans likewise. No one can really bring the football under control, and now they try and move it quickly with Beecham, but it's just not happening yet for the Magic. So Weston, they haven't had a whole lot of the ball so far. Farling shrugs off the challenge of Palambini, and they spread it out to Kamara. Iwasaki goes long. So half a shout of handball there from Beecham. Oh, and Alvarez has got himself in a bit of a mess here. He gets out of it. Hart would have skipped a beat just then. Beecham goes long. Let's see what they can make of it here. Baker got a head on it. Now he's going to try and take on Hurley. He makes good use of the body. Smart defending from the Western centre half. Out to Hatfield. He's in a real tussle here. Just under our commentary position with Camper. Gets free now and shifts it to Beveridge, who look to cut this one back. He's not managed to beat the byline.
Yeah, just overcooked there, unfortunately. Great work from Hatfield down here. It's going to be a good battle all day today. He's been busy this year for Weston, their top goal scorer. Again, I mentioned individual battles. It's going to be key today.
And look long for Nancaro, who's going to try and get in behind Archbold. Dom Archbold recovers now. Nancaro is going to try and take him on. Now he look for a bit of help, and Camper obliges. He gets the cross in. It's nodded away, and ditto that remark over the sideline. Throw to Nancaro. He's hemmed in by 2 here. And I would have thought Hatfield got a foot on that. He did get a toe in, so it's a red throw again. And again to Nancaro. Hatfield comes up with it more cleanly this time. Shin by Beecham into the sky. Simmons. Ingram. Got Palambini wide. That's where it goes. Palambini's got 3 to aim at central if he can get it across. Can't beat the first man. Cooper Buswell plays ahead, but ends up with Beecham. Now, Simmons and Ensa rather interacting there. And again, the long switcher play to Nancaro, who controls it well. Camper.
Magic just enjoying a spell of possession at the moment, Daniel. A little bit of stings come out of this first 5-10 minutes or so now. Baker trying to work it through the lines at the moment. They've had some joy with that long ball down the right side with Nankaro early. Something that Western Bears and Dom Archibald has to be aware of as we move forward into this half.
Alvarez with a little more time and a little more composure on the football just then. Enza calling Simmons out, but instead shifts it to Beecham. Gonna try and find Ingram. He'll do well to keep that in. He can't. Into the temp fencing around what is normally the grandstand here at Rockwell Automation Park. The rebuild continues. We've seen the renders of it. It's going to be a very good facility when it's finished. So now we're staring into the sun today, and I've got to say, coming up the road from Albury, this is a relief, this type of winter afternoon in the Hunter. This is Dom Archibald, tries to go quickly in the direction of Blake Archibald, and Alvarez out to meet it. Simmons. Beecham. Alvarez. First time that Weston be able to try and apply some sort of press this far up the park, but they play through the first line, and Camper with the fancy footwork, and then Nankaro has given Beecham a little bit of work to do, and they do turn it over cheaply. Now Cooper Buswell goes quick to catch who that was for a second. A free kick. It was Beveridge who drew the foul, and it'll be a free kick to the Bears.
Yeah, good little battle there. Nankaro probably just putting his defender under a little bit of pressure with that back pass, and you know, Weston get a little bit of joy out of their pressure at the moment. They're in a good field position at the moment to deliver a good ball. This man on the ball right now, he's been an exceptional signing. Been a massive impact this year. Farling, I believe. American boy, great signing for Weston. He's on the ball now. Expect a good delivery from him.
Try and bend this one. In fact, he's going to go himself, and it just flicks the roof of the netting. Had Alvarez backpedaling. Didn't need to make the save in the end, but he wasn't to know. I'm not sure if that was entirely planned, but that was a scare for the Magic. And Caro, the flick over the back. Try and get Crestno in behind. Hurley up to get involved, but Camper wins it and goes quickly. This is a chance for Broadmeadow to try and break here. No foul there. Cooper Buswell. And Evans. Now Hurley. Stevens in goal for Weston today. Has to pump it long and finds Hatfield. He's in a battle with Ingram. Iwasaki. Now Kamara. Cuts inside Palambini. Kamara still going. Buswell back to Hurley. It's a more sustained spell of possession for Weston. Chance to try and establish their rhythm now after riding out that early pressure. And they fire it long to Dom Archibald. Cleared by Camper. Good for Hurley. And it's the Magic who pinch it. Nankaro is clipped. Advantage is the call, and it's a good call because here comes Baker. He's got Crestno and Palambini. Slides it to Crestno. Can he help it on its way? He sure can. That is a wonderful goal for Broadmeadow Magic. Crestno with a tidy finish after an excellent sliding ball from Baker. And Broadmeadow lead 1-0.
Yeah, exceptional football. Breakaway football, actually, Daniel. Nankaro was the man who started that play down the right side here, skipping past 2 or 3 players from Weston, releasing Baker down the right side, who just slipped in Kresner, and that's a great start for Magic. 1-0 away from home. Slick. We know Broadmeadow was slick, and that was fast. the dream start for Jim Kresner, Daniel.
Yep. All the Cresnars. So Broadmeadow, just when it looked like Weston were getting themselves into this fixture, the magic strike. Get the throw here, and we know 18 minutes past the hour, so we haven't kicked off yet in the other fixture, but as live, it'd be a tie at the top of the table. Of course, Edgeworth, the game in hand, which kicks off at past. All games streamed live on Northern New South Wales Football's YouTube. Lovely footwork from Nankaro. Felled by Iwasaki, legally so. Camper comes up with it now. Hops it towards Palambini, who puts a nice little flick of the head on there, but Kamara's coming with him. Kamara must have got a toe in. Farling goes along the direction of Beveridge. Wilson just hits that one long. Out comes Stevens. Of course, Weston were on the run of 6 wins in a row until that midweek reverse here against Lambton. Jaffa scoring the only 2 goals of the game. Evans back to Hurley.
You'd have to say that goal, Daniel, was almost a little bit against the run of play here. Buswell in great space.
Here's Beveridge. Yeah, here's Beveridge with the cut back, and it goes across the face of goal. Just evaded the 2 men running into the area, Hatfield and Blake Archbold.
Yeah, as I was saying, Daniel, the first 5 minutes, you'd have to say Broadmeadow come out of the gates fast. And Weston were just dealing with some pressure. But probably just before they scored that goal, they were looking really nice. Starting to get an arm wrestle into that game again, and it was just against the run of play, really. You already see him now growing in confidence. Evans on the ball out to the right. Dom with space.
Buswell. Beveridge. Chance here for the Bears. That is going to be a goal kick. Just urging his centre-backs to push up a bit, and goes out to the right back instead in Sam Camper. Palambini, Iwasaki all over him. Now Farling. Archbold, Kamara. Into Blake Archbold, and Kamara continues the run. Short to Beveridge. Wilson gets a foot in. Magic come again. Cresnar. He's got Nankaro on his right. He goes to his left, and Palambini's there. Flag stays down. Palambini to Cresnar, and he has another go, and this time it's pushed wide by Stevens. It was nearly a mirror image of the goal we saw just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, huge save from Stevens there, and James Cresnar searching for a second. And that's the threat that Broadmeadow bring to this game, and every game, I guess. They have such speed all across the field, and they're electric when they get away, and it's what Western Bears have to be careful of today. We've already seen it once, nearly twice. Looks like Baker's going to be on the ball to deliver, in a great position to extend the lead.
Yeah, well, Cresnar was notionally on our formation diagram as a holding midfielder. He's certainly not playing in that position thus far. Of course, we do see him as a potent threat up front. Baker delivers, goes short to the near post, and a goal kick ensues. Early to Iwasaki. fellow centre half. Magic happy to wait for the Bears to come, and now half a press from Cressner. Evans. Compact banks of 4 in defence for Magic in this half.
Very disciplined back line at the moment for Magic. Nankaro getting back into that back 4 as well. We know Dom Archbold, young, enthusiastic. He's going to get up that left flank all day.
Early stabs one in, looking for Cooper Buswell.
Yeah, just overcooked, unfortunately, for the captain there, but we know he's got a wonder left foot as well. And I think further into this game, expect a couple of those long diags. We know he's got him in his locker. And we know this team can score goals as well, Weston. 42 goals scored this season. Coming across a number of players as well, not just a one-man goal.
Palambini. Blake Archbold a little chance there, and Blake Archbold draws the foul. Kamara short to Evans. Iwasaki. Hurley pushes one off. Hatfield's had to drop in here. He's lost it to Cressner. Magic will try and break now. Hatfield tracking back, doing his defensive work. Cressner has still been able to get free. He looks for the cutback. Kamara is there to meet it. Evans there to help, and out to Hatfield. It goes long. Palambini might have got a little push there, and referee decides there was free kick. Kamara might get a little talking to here. That was rather cynical.
Again, it's that quick breakaway, Daniel, and it's that man, James Cressner, again. He started this game on fire, and he's definitely looking the most dangerous for Magic at the moment.
They're all lined up edge of the area as the free kick comes in. Easy pickings for Stevens. So Hurley with it now for the Bears. Spots the run of Dom Archbold. Draws in a low one. Hatfield is on the end of it. He gets a shot away. Stings the palms of Alvarez. Danger not averted. Farling just slices it wide off the outside of the foot.
Much better from Weston there. Going down that left side as well. I just mentioned it earlier, Daniel. That left foot of Hurling and that run up the line from Dom Archbold. I feel like you're going to see it all day today. It's worked a treat for Q's men this year. He's just got that enthusiasm to get on. He's traditionally a right footer, playing left back as well, so hence why you saw him cut back on his right foot. Found their number 9, and that was a really good chance for Weston.
Hurley firm on the head. Ricochets off Beveridge. Almost worked for them. Game of head tennis has broken out at Rockwell Automation Park. Simmons brings it down now. Just wonder if Archbold might have lost that one in the Western Sun. I think he's managed to milk a throw, and he has. Of course, we're on the eastern side of Bear Park while the grandstand is rebuilt. Saki wins that header importantly. Evans out to Kamara, who's got a bit of room to move, but just had to wait for the ball to sit for him. Gives Palambini the chance to come back. Farling. Iwasaki to Buswell. Hatfield takes them on, and Camper is good, but concedes the corner. It's Burke Farling who will again be tasked with delivering the dead ball. Just over 10 minutes since Cresnar opened the scoring. Weston certainly not out of this. Goes into traffic. Was punched clear, driven back in by Archbold and cleared by the Magic defence. With the shot, ends up with Buswell. He's got 3 on him. They ask for handball. They do not receive. Hurley has a hit it long again. Spotted Kamara up from the right back position. So we're seeing it both sides. The left and right backs willing to get forward for the Bears.
Weston definitely growing back into this game, Daniel, as the half proceeds. A lot more vocal as well at the moment. They're definitely knocking on the door now. A couple of good set pieces. Starting to bring their fullbacks into play, as you just mentioned. I'd like to see a little bit more of that man as well in the middle, Buswell. He's someone that can unlock the attack for Western Bears.
Thomas Cresnar making the link. I don't think Palambini's going to run that down, but he's going to do his best. Kamara manages to shepherd it over the byline. Early out with it. Now Iwasaki. Hurley doesn't mind getting forward, but Cresnar has made the intervention. Giving that up again, so Iwasaki brings it back onto the deck. Evans lumps it long. Camper. And then Caro. Back to Baker. Tries to plate it up for Nankaro, and he's Farling. Made an important intervention, and now the Bears will try and break through Blake Archbold. He's got it out to Beveridge. Beveridge rifles it in, and there's the equaliser. Weston 1-1.
Some response there, Daniel. Beveridge with an absolute belter, and very similar to the first goal we saw for Magic as well, against a little bit of transition, run of play. As soon as things start to get a little bit disjointed for both sides, you see the back line start to retreat a little bit, and we know both teams have such attacking threat. And that was a slick move there. Blake with a positive run through the middle. He actually had options left and right. Elected to go right to that man, the goal scorer. He's just made that 1-1 now. This is an exciting remainder of this half. Very evenly poised game thus far. Chances going to both sides.
So Brock Beveridge strikes back in the 25th minute. We are back on level terms at Rockwell Automation Park. And it's hard to do again for the Magic and their development, which would please the Edgeworth Eagles, but they won't be watching because they've just kicked off against Cook Hill at Fernley Doors.
Yeah, I think Q Allen will be very pleased with his team's response.
There's almost a chance there again if they could get it to Archbold. He was about to get free down this left-hand flank. It does come to him now. And then back with Buswell. Chips it over. Farling. The other Archbold and Evans. Farling. He thought about having a lash at it there. Dom Archbold. Inside, met by Beecham. Corner to Weston.
Yeah, Weston with the momentum at the moment. Little inventive chip over there from the American. Farling, really impressive ball. Dom Archbold getting a lot of joy down this left flank. Western Bears knocking on the door for a second now. Again, you'd have to say Q would be pleased with the response his side's had. No heads down at all. Straight back to business and straight back into the game.
10 minutes away.
Again, it's delivered into traffic, and it'll be another corner.
Farling to deliver.
It's a little shorter this time. Farling again. He was almost clipped by Simmons. He tried a cut back here. In fact, he goes up the top instead. Iwasaki had a look at it. Just missed it in flight. In a pile of bodies, Palambini and Kamara resume their battle on the halfway line this time. And Caro out, but Archbold wins it momentarily. He's given up the throw. Ingram with the shy to Baker.
Plenty of space down this left flank here for Dom Archbold. The fullbacks with plenty of joy today, Daniel. It's a good pitch, it's wide. Both teams defensively are quite disciplined. Again, we've seen both goals come from transition moments.
Iwasaki with a big switch of play to Dom Archbold. Try and slingshot it towards Beveridge. Beecham hooks it back. Simmons was there. It's taken off Simmons now by Beveridge. A big clash of bodies between Evans and Wilson, and the free kick will go the way of the Magic.
The skipper just clutching at his left shoulder by the looks of it. Calling for physio assistance. I hope it's nothing too sinister for Wilson. Evans definitely a big body in the middle there. It's probably a little bit unfortunate. No cards given.
I thought it might have just been a little bit of theatre. It looked fairly innocuous, but Wilson has stayed down. Not a good sign for the Broadmeadow skipper.
While we've got a break, Daniel, you mentioned Weston have got quite a heavy load moving into these next couple of weeks. Australia Cup, State Cup final.
Yeah, that's right. So they're back here on Sunday week against Adamstown. And then they've got the big trip down to Melbourne to take on the Burgers, Heidelberg, in the Australia Cup round of 32. And then 3 days later, they're in the State Cup final as well. So it's their turn now for a very busy period. Broadmeadow have just come off something similar. Wilson is just coming off the pitch now. Of course, we might remind you, we've got Adamstown versus Newcastle Olympic going on at the moment as well, and Cookshill versus Edgeworth would have just kicked off, and then later in the afternoon it's Maitland hosting Charlestown. Broadmeadow on the attack again here. Caro switched sides. Oh, almost turned into his own net by Dom Archbold. Stevens gloves it. I don't think there was any suggestion of a pass back.
No, that man, Nankaro, brilliant start. Was maybe a little bit quiet over the last 10 minutes, but that was a brilliant little passage of play there. We know his right foot's lethal. And probably for Dom Archbold's sake and Stevenson, I was pretty fortunate that it come off the way it did.
It does look like Nankaro and Palambini have swapped sides in the last few minutes. This is Buswell, edge of the area, tries to slide one in for Beveridge. Needs to thread it through some feet, but not finding the intended target. Alvarez just puts a bit of spin on that one as it comes down in the direction of Baker. Pinged around, and Evans is with it now for Weston. Archbold. Got Hatfield making the run, goes to Beveridge instead, and then back to Dom Archbold. Beveridge again tries to whip it quickly. Kamara able to take a couple of touches and roll it to Iwasaki. Evans, Hurley.
Magic just happy to sit in their half at the moment. Let Weston enjoy this spell of possession. Just try and find some sort of passage. Trying to thread the needle.
He goes, trying to drive one in. Here's Evans. Iwasaki. Kamara made the run. It came central instead to Hatfield. Enza got a foot in. Camper tried to thread it through the middle of the park. It wasn't happening for him. Krasnar back to Camper. Has to use Alvarez as an outlet. Hurley. Now, over the top to Palambini. Just had to wait for it to sit, and Hurley was able to get back and get a foot in. Tries to go quickly to Hatfield. Hatfield takes the contact and can't keep it in play. Jeremy Wilson is back on. So that's a good sign. He's on the ball straight away. Just looks like he's holding that arm slightly awkwardly, though. Here is Nankaro in behind in the cutback. Baker trying to get it across. Bears had numbers back in time. Dare I use this turn of phrase, but Wilson is not holding that left arm in a natural position. Here comes Palambini. Come back to that thought in a sec. Palambini dances over it, gets a shot in, and Hurley makes the block. And it bounces out of play for a corner.
Yeah, you're right about that. Wilson not looking in a lot of comfort at the moment. Almost got it tucked under him like a...
He's got an invisible sling, hasn't he?
Yeah, it looks like it. He's staying on, though, the skipper. Just 10 minutes in regularity time left before we head into half-time. And additional time, of course.
So, as usual, it's Ingram on corner duty. You see him go near post a lot, although there's no one waiting for it there at the moment. Goes a little deeper this time. Comes off the head of Iwasaki, and there's a free kick for Weston. There's been a little push or a little tug of a shirt in there. And the corner comes to naught. Iwasaki square to Hurley. Try and catch that back four out again, but Beecham read it. So has a little bit of work to do. Into defence, and it's 4 runs. Nodded on by Baker. Kamara is back with it. Stevens. That wasn't clean. Hurley flicks it out of the way. That might be a free kick. It goes against Wilson. And they try and go quickly to Blake Archbold, who was onside. Buswell, Hatfield tried to return the favour. Ingram makes the clearance. Bears on it again. Chance to recycle with Dom Archbold. Now Iwasaki. Farling. Baker almost picks his pocket. Still might. No, Farling recovers. Camper. Evans.
Magic just can't seem to hold the ball at the moment.
Camper, clever use of the body, and sucks Hatfield into the foul. Mentioned to Wilson, who still doesn't look great. Just indicated to someone on the our near side sideline. Well, I did actually look more like a thumbs up, so he might be going to grin and bear it at least until half time. He's got about 7.5 plus change to go. Beecham ricochets off Camper. And Dom Archbold will have another shy, a bit closer to halfway. Beecham meets it over the top of Baker. Hurley's there now. Dom Archbold hooks it back. Farling helps it on its way. Enza, well, he had time to bring it down. It didn't realise. Hatfield can't bring it under control. Krishna to Camper. Hurley, Simmons wins it back in a good position, but Evans pinches it off him. Farling now. Iwasaki. Iwasaki's going to take on the press. Continues to flick it up that touchline and took on a bit too much, did Mana. Iwasaki. Kamara. Back in cover. To be fair, he's the right back, but I think he was plugging the hole left by Iwasaki just then. Kressnar with a little header and has a go at it and just pushes it wide.
Yeah, a little half chance there from Kressnar. Good hustle in the middle of the field there against the skipper for Weston. It's been a little bit disjointed the last 5 minutes, Daniel. You'd have to say Western Bears, probably even when they conceded that first goal, but definitely straight after it have enjoyed the better spells of possession and territory. Just looks like a little bit of energy has been zapped out of the Magic boys. But if there's any man they're going to turn to, it is that goal scorer, James Kressnar, to try and turn the game back into the Magic's favour. And these are the moments now, the last 5 minutes of games in the heat, that are so crucial. A lapse in concentration, fatigue.
Camper has to nod it back to Alvarez. Ensa. Blake Archbold is looking energetic up front, and Hatfield nearly got in the way of that one. Trickles out to Camper eventually. Beecham. Weston are keen here, and Broadmeadow will try and play over the press. Iwasaki. Off the head of Kressnar. Off the head of Farling. And Buswell. Farling again. Buswell again. Couple to aim at. Tries to slide Hatfield in behind. Camper gets a toe in.
A real feature of his game, Hatfield. Just the hold-up play, a big body up front for Weston. Happy to run beyond the back line or receive it at his feet. Been a key player for Weston this year moving forward. This is where Weston have to be careful, though.
And they try and break quickly. This is Baker. Iwasaki has followed the run. Is there a push there? Referee's not convinced there was anything in it. Must have decided that Baker went down too easily, because Iwasaki definitely had two hands out.
The Magic Hole boy's not happy with that one along the fence here.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I don't really blame them. It wasn't much of a push, but it was still a push. Anyway, we go on. Referee's always right. Camper is on this one now. And Kressnar, Evans recovers the football for the Bears, and did have that remark for Kressnar. Wilson out to Nankaro. Wilson again, Kressnar. Trying to find Baker, just put too much on it. Hurley. Iwasaki. Nodded on by Blake Archbold, and it's Blake Archbold again. Had his ankles clipped there. Well, had. Free kick. Matt, you're checking some scores at the moment.
Yeah, just going around the grounds, Daniel. At the moment, it looks like Edgeworth are up against Cooks Hill 1-0. So they've pushed their live ladder lead at the moment, ahead of Broadmeadow, of course.
So they'll be 5 clear as live.
That's correct. And you've also got Newcastle Olympic and the Buds, only just recently started. 0-0 at the moment. So we're getting very close to edging the half-time now. This has been a great game thus far. Plenty of X factor.
Hurley. Camper blocks the passing lane. Nankaro. Kressnar was away, and Nankaro couldn't get it to him in time. He's been felled now. He's staying down. The referee brings a stop to this. It'll just be to check on Nankaro. He's decided there wasn't a free kick to give. So this would just be a drop ball. Nankaro must be fine.
Just having a look at Wilson there as well. Definitely in some grief. Be very surprised if he comes out the skipper for the second half for Magic.
Just wonder then if it's a dislocation that they've just popped back in. There's Farling. Iwasaki. So Beveridge, I think, they drop back in to meet that. Stevens waits for it, takes it on the chest. Nankaro racing in to try and put Stevens under pressure. Comes off the noggin of Archbold, and Broadmeadow shy. Ingram with the football in his hands. All right, Evans and Wilson. Palambini to Baker, tries to cut inside, can't beat Evans. He's a solid body again. He's taking no prisoners today, Connor Evans. And Wilson down again after contact from Kamara. That can't have tickled because he's fallen on that left side.
Yeah, not at all, Daniel. He's thrown himself around as well, as any good captain would do, but again, I'd be massively surprised if he comes out. It looks like he's in all sorts of pain. I'm not sure what the fourth officials pointed towards in terms of additional time at the moment. Can't imagine it's too much. The only break we had was when Jeremy was down.
I must admit, I missed it. I was following the play in that last attack, so we're in the dark at the moment. Farling. Hatfield. Try and take on Campo. He's got to try and take on Kressnar as well. That one has been given a free kick, and Kressnar remonstrates with the referee. I think he's saying that He just had body position and held his ground, but it's gone against him.
Yeah, positive play from Hatfield. Again, foul or not, I'm not too sure. Two bodies come in and almost sandwiched him, the number 9. But they're in great field position. You'd assume Farling will get over this one with his right foot. Very similar position to that early set piece in the half, where he just put it over the bar. What do you think, Daniel? Shooting range, or he's looking for an external option in the box?
I reckon from here you're still looking for a touch near the back post somewhere. Just a little flick on to deceive the keeper. We'll see what he's got. It does go towards back post, and it's allowed to float past the stick by Alvarez. Goal kick to Broadmeadow.
Looked like Buswell was just a little bit disappointed with that delivery. I thought it was on the money, but mightn't have been what was played out through the week at training. Nonetheless, Alvarez to hoof it up.
3rd minute of time at it, and that's enough. So, players will head into the sheds. Temporary though they may be. Scoreline at the break at Rockwell Automation Park. Weston Bears 1, Broadmeadow Magic 1. We'll take a break now. We'll be back for the second half in our match of the round in round 19 of NPL Northern New South Wales.
That's the feeling. Progress. Momentum. Getting somewhere. That's what it feels like when you bank with Newcastle Permanent. With local experts and award-winning customer service. We're here for you, and we're here for good. Oh yeah, that's the feeling. Progress. Momentum. Getting somewhere. That's what it feels like when you bank with Newcastle Permanent. With local experts and award-winning customer service. We're here for you, and we're here for good.
Everyone has to.
Players have returned to the pitch at Rockwell Automation Park. It's a second half in our match of the round. Western Bears and Broadmeadow Magic locked at 1-1. And the thing that stands out to me as they come back on, Matt Butner, is that Jeremy Wilson has taken the pitch again.
Yeah, wow. I've just noticed that as well, actually. That is impressive. Still holding it tucked under, though. We'll see how that plays out in this half. It's definitely shocked me, but credit to the captain. He knows his body best. I just hope it doesn't get any worse. I hope he stays out of those collisions. Connor Evans. He's a big body. We mentioned that a couple of times. It's been a good battle in the middle of the field. It's been a good battle everywhere, actually. Plenty of good individual battles. I mentioned that at the start of the game. It's two teams that have been flying high this season. Western Bears been really impressive. Considering their last couple of seasons, we know the threat that Broadmeadow Magic have and their success last year doing the double. And they've got their eyes set on B-League football at the moment, and the race is well and truly on with Edgeworth. We just had a look at the scores around the grounds as well, Daniel. Looks like Cooks Hill have equalised with a long-range shot, quite a brilliant shot actually from Liam Wilson, former Western Bear. And that game's 1-1 at the moment as that approaches half-time. But I'm very excited to see how this second half plays out. You'd have to say Western Bears probably looked the better of the two sides. Regardless of the scoreline, they probably enjoyed better spells of possession and probably ball completion, pass completion.
Tend to agree. So it's a question of how Jim Cressnar can rally his team for this second half. They are unbeaten in their last 15, 13 wins among them. And still got a bit to do to try and run down those other 2 points that are on offer today as the second half gets back underway. Palambini on the ball now for the Magic. Back to Ingram. And then there's Wilson. Still holding that left arm awkwardly, but he's pushing through at the moment. So it looks like they are, in terms of personnel, as they finish the opening stanza. This is Cressnar who opened the scoring. And the pass comes to not very much. Skews off the boot of Enza. Beecham gets a head on it. Likewise, Hatfield. That was Ingram. Now Palambini. Cressnar. Wasaki gets a toe-in. Cressnar gets it back. Baker. Camper. Wasn't far away from finding Nankaro.
Yeah, really positive signs there from Camper and Broadmeadow Magic coming out of the sheds for the second half. You'd have to assume they're going to start this second half the same as they did the first. They come out with a lot of energy. We know it's a young side, full of enthusiasm. And I have no doubt Jimmy Kresner would have fueled them up at half-time. Make sure they have a strong start here. He knows the importance of this game as well as the boys.
Goes a throw down the line. It's Beveridge. Back to goal. Tries to put Hatfield in behind. It's a tangle with Beecham as Camper makes the clearance. 6 of one half and a dozen of the other, maybe. So Palambini's back on the left wing, which is where he started the half. He ended it on the right. Hatfield chips one into the area, but straight at Luis Alvarez. Enza, Beecham. So with that goal at Fernley Dawes, we think it's still 1-1 there, but it effectively cancelled each other out, and as live, it's a 3-point gap again between Edgeworth and Broadmeadow. The Eagles leading the competition as they have done since the very first night. And of course, those two teams meet again in a fortnight from now, so that one, the premiership, could potentially be decided in a couple of weeks' time. Depends initially on how these games play out. Camper has been clipped, and that's a pretty obvious free kick.
Yeah, it's got to be a really exciting fixture as well, Daniel. We've got second and third today, and as it stands, if everything continues as it has all year, it looks like it's going to be a top-of-the-table clash in 2 weeks' time. Again, B-League as well as the Premiership is on the line this year as well, so there's definitely more incentive for both clubs.
They were trying to find Palambini. Just didn't quite have the line on that ball.
You'd also have to say, Daniel, you'd expect a number of players on the field now between Weston and Magic to feature in the NPL All-Stars team against the Newcastle Jets just after this season concludes. That's a very exciting game that's coming up. It's awesome to see Northern New South Wales.
Yeah, that'll be one to watch for as well. Archbold was one to watch for, just hassling the Broadmeadow defence then. And recovered well enough. He's tucked it back inside now for Hatfield. Ingram had to stoop. It was awkward for him. And then cleared by Enza. Palambini now. He's being harried by Kamara. He's given this one up to Beveridge, who scored the equaliser. Kamara. Still Kamara. Gets a crossover. It's gone deep. Hatfield will have to chase. He'll be able to recycle. He'll go back to Dom Archbold, who drives into the area and tries to continue the run. It doesn't come through to him. He was trying to make the link with brother Blake, and that's a foul. This might be a card. It'll be the first of the afternoon, and it does go against Chris Hurley. He goes in the referee's notebook.
Yeah, nice slick play down there from the Western Bears on the left side. Quick play now down the right with Broadmeadow. James Kresner on the ball. Very few numbers with Broadmeadow up the field at the moment.
And Caro whips one over. Kamara meets it. Kresnar and Farling go up for it. Wilson. Kresnar. Camper. Wilson. Camper again. Gets one over, but Evans got a head on it. All the way back to Ensa.
You have to say, Daniel, first half, both the left back in Dom Archbold for Western Bears and then the right side with Nankaro and Sam Camper were definitely more heavily involved than this side now, which will be interesting to see if Will Ingram can inject himself. Jack Simmons has been quiet as well. Let's see if he can deliver a ball in. I'd like to see a little bit more from him. Try to play through the lines. We know Broadmeadow and their quality on the ball.
Here's Baker. Cuts inside himself and then tries to tee up Beecham. Just had to reach for it under pressure. Western see off that attack, but there'll be another one coming momentarily.
If you were Q Allen, Daniel, at half-time, would you be impressed with the Western boys and their first half performance considering the loss midweek?
Yeah, well, I think they had the better of it. They've started with much the same personnel as when they played Lambton on Wednesday night, wasn't it? No sign of fatigue yet. Nankaro. Hurley, of course, has got to be careful here. He's on the yellow card tightrope, and I thought he might have just had an arm on the shoulder of Cody Nankaro then as he went down. Enza out to Ingram. Goes short with Baker. Tries a little flick in behind. Iwasaki read it like a book. Danger is not completely averted yet for Weston as Wilson throws his other arm at it, just in with the shoulder. Nankaro now, edge of the area. Gets one in low. Hurley gets in the way of it. Corner to Broadmeadow.
Yeah, good little spell from Broadmeadow there. Again, going down their right side through Nankaro, which is ultimately be rewarded in a corner kick. Will Ingram on the left foot by the looks of it. In a good striking position at the moment. They need a better delivery than his last one. It just fell a little bit short at the front post. Couple of tall timber in the box. Beecham is one of them.
One goes a bit deeper, punched by Stevens. It's made his way all the way to Hatfield now, who holds it up. Still holds it up. Camper holds him up. And ricochets off Beecham. Beecham's opposite number, Dom Archbold, who looks to be taking the throw-in. any tick of the clock. Not sure what the weight was. Farling. Oh, that's going to be a foul, and that might be a booking as well. Palambini, I think it was mistimed more than anything, but it didn't look great. And that must have been adjudged as reckless, and it goes in the book. It's Blake Archbold, who stayed down after the challenge. He heard it from here, he just copped it in the shin. Just about to reach half-time at Fernley Dawes Athletic Centre, and it's still 1-1 between Cooks Hill and Edgeworth. So, in net terms, there's no change at the top of the table at the moment. Still a 3-point gap between Edgeworth over Broadmeadow.
Blake Archbold just being sent off the field at the moment. He looks to be okay, though. I think he'll resume. Potentially not.
Interesting that he's sent down for the moment. Back underway now. Dom Archbold sent to chase. He's able to keep it in play. It's Buswell to Beveridge. Now this is Baker. Has to come back with the football. Ingram. Ensa. Gives Ingram a bit more work to do than he probably thought he'd need to.
Still at the moment, we'll just see Western Bears probably sitting in a little bit of a block at the moment. Just playing with 10 men. He's got to concede a bit of pressure at the moment and soak it all up. Could be an opportunity for Broadmeadow to pounce. Looks like Blake's back on his feet now, though.
It's Wilson. Wrong foot's Ingram, just put it behind him.
Home fans like that one. We're 10 minutes into the second half now. It's been quite even. Bit of an arm wrestle as well. Both teams just feeling each other out. Both midfields in the first half probably started to inject themselves a little bit more as the half deepened.
I've got to say, I don't think Wilson's too keen on an arm wrestle at the moment, at least not with the left arms. Kamara comes through, and then Beveridge pokes one over the top for Archbold to run onto. Blake Archbold, can he get a shot away here? He does, and it ricochets off the post. And it's a goal kick, but it was very close to being the go-ahead goal for the Bears.
Yeah, wow. Again, fast breakaway there through the middle. Buswell, nice little chip over the top to Blake Archbold. And if there was any question about him being injured at the moment, that has just ruled that straight out. He was in full stride there. Very close to making it 2-1. It looked like it just got away from him a little bit. But he struck it with some venom. Coming off the post and very close to making it 2-1 for the Bears.
Nancaro pokes it back. It's lumped forward now to Palambini. Nancaro has continued the run. He's got Baker inside as well. Cressner coming. Nancaro just has to wait. Farling jockeying back to Simmons. He managed to flick one over. It's over. Cressner might have just skimmed off the top of his head. Palambini will be able to recycle for the Magic. And he whips one in. Headed by Evans. Palambini on the ball again. He's urging them to get numbers forward, I think, but instead it's gone back to Ensa. Wilson into Palambini. Evans makes the tackle and now has the ball at his feet. Try and go quickly. Beveridge might have just got Beecham on his blind side. Beveridge still. Just needs some help now, does Brock Beveridge. There it is in Cooper Buswell. In fact, it's all the way to Evans. Like he's about to have a go himself. He does, but he doesn't strike it cleanly. And Alvarez watches it roll over the back for a goal kick.
Stevenson, the number 1, just barking orders to his men in front of him for Weston. Looks like Alvarez is going to go long. We've seen Western Bears a number of times today put their front foot forward and try to press on this Broadmeadow Magic side, which has paid dividends on 1 or 2 occasions.
And Caro takes a tumble. Beaten in flight by the goal kick. Beecham back to Alvarez. It's into the construction site. It's into the grandstand. And it's staying up there. Well, we've lost that ball until the construction workers come back during the week. No, now it's dropped. Got another ball in play at the moment. And it's Palambini. And Ingram is looking to continue the run. Maybe not quite on the same wavelength with Ezra Palambini. He's caught a bit flat-footed.
Yeah, Palambini just overcooking that one. He's had a couple of lazy passes in the last 5 or 10 minutes or so. It'll be interesting. Both sides have got plenty of firepower on the bench. And you'd have to say, on a day like today, big field, the ball's running, and it's hot.
Ingram to Baker.
The bench will play a big impact.
Because Weston have got to manage some fixture congestion coming up as well. Enza puts it out of play. Like we said, Australia Cup on the 23rd, State Cup on the 26th. Another round of NPL football next weekend. Evans behind Hatfield by Beveridge. Wilson. Wilson's put down and he's clutching that shoulder again.
He's definitely in some discomfort now if he wasn't already. You'd have to think Jimmy Crislin's thinking of a change. He's back on his feet.
I can't quite pick who it is, but someone's taken the bib off the Broadmeadow bench. It looks like we are readying for a change next out. Alvarez long, Hurley meets it. Simmons. Wilson. Beecham goes long, Hurley. Get it with the outside of the foot. Put it on by Cressner. And then Caro now. Simmons. Still Simmons. Buswell pokes it out of play. Are we going to have that change now? Not yet. Camper gives it away. Enza meets and gives it away. Archbold with the header. Headed forward by Wilson now. Kamara brings it down. Palambini steals it back. Cressner in a little bit of space. Archbold comes out to meet him. Dom, that is. Still Cressner. Tries to take him on. Gets a crossover, but couldn't get it to one of his teammates, and they're able to walk it out, the Bears. Ingram with a no-nonsense clearance. This might be the change. It is the change. And it is Jeremy Wilson going off. It's Tom Parks that's going to be injected into this one just past the hour mark.
Replacement there for Broadmeadow Magic. Number 20, Jeremy Wilson, has been replaced.
Yeah, heroic performance from the skipper. He doesn't look like he's very comfortable at all, though. I hope it's nothing too sinister, as I mentioned earlier. And again, it's probably a forced change that needed to be made. Season's not over today, so they definitely want their captain back on the field for the upcoming fixtures.
Ensa. Now Evans tries to go quickly after they win it back. Hatfield to Farling. Hatfield again. Edge of the area. had to go a little wider than he'd like and can't wrap his foot around it as he would have liked. Just trying to take stock of this one. Looks like they've shuffled the deck with that change, because it looked like Palambini might have dropped more into a 10 roll, and that's Nankaro we just saw in the position of left wing, which Palambini had been occupying. Is he on the ball now, dispossessed by Blake Archbold. Enza now finds an avenue up that sideline and tries to put Nankaro into space. Trying to steal as much as he can. Beveridge, can he get away here? Beveridge with the keeper one-on-one, and it's stopped by Alvarez. Still there for Hatfield. Cleared by Enza. Dom Archbold now. Can he get around Parks? Parks makes the intervention, and Broadmeadow survived that one at the expense of a corner.
Yeah, wow. Alvarez stands strong there, and what a crucial save that was. That was inches away from 2-1. Off the line block as well. Was that Will Ingram or Camp? I'm not sure.
I think it was Enza in the end that made the second stop.
Yeah, massive intervention there. Two massive opportunities in the one play. And it all come from a throw-in at halfway here. Just a little flick on around the back. They've got an opportunity now to put in a wicked ball. Again, some tall timber. Chris Hurls.
And corner from Farling goes all the way across the face. I don't think it got touched. We've got another Broadmeadow player down. Is that Enza? He might have just fallen into the goal post as that ball flashed across. They tend not to have a whole lot of give in them.
Come 90th minute, it'll be interesting to look back at how important that save was from Alvarez and that intervention from the centre-back as well. A massive chance.
Just gone through 66 minutes. Palambini, who's now at the top of the midfield triumvirate. There is Parks. Fresh legs for Broadmeadow. And that's a lovely ball. Nankaro in behind. Can he get a shot away? He can! And he puts Broadmeadow back in front. Magic lead 2-1 thanks to Cody Nankaro.
Yeah, brilliant from Nankaro. He's had his hands all over this game. Went missing a little bit in the first half when Western Bears had more of the ball possession, but wow, is that a timely intervention for Broadmeadow Magic, and unreal goal. Coming down this left flank, nearest to the side that we're on now. And that's massive. Again, I just mentioned how important that save was on the other end of the field. And now we see it 2-1 to Broadmeadow Magic. And Western Bears, the home side, have to try and crawl themselves back into this. There was Parks, the new sub as well, with his first intervention of the game, and such a tidy little ball in between the fullback and the centre-back just to release Nankaro on the left foot. It was a tidy finish, 2-1 to Broadmeadow.
You said it was a 6-point game. We just seen a 2-goal swing in that little passage of play there. So Broadmeadow regain the lead at Rockwell Automation Park. And it's a free kick now for Weston. Farling brought down. It's still 1-1 at Fernley Dawes Athletic Centre. Easy for me to say. So as live, Broadmeadow has cut Edgeworth's lead to a single point. Still 45 minutes to play out there and another quarter of the game here, though.
Hey, Tommy, bring him to the fence. Tommy, bring him to the fence. Bring him to the fence, mate.
So Farling been in this situation a couple of times with the free kick from that general vicinity. Was in the other half of the field before, but corresponding position all the way through to Alvarez. Iwasaki ended up on the deck. Didn't see that off the ball. But, he went down. Enza just sold that a little short. Palambini got there. Evans. The tackle comes in from Nankaro. It'll be fun to bring down in the sun. Kamara brings it down on the chest. Buswell pokes it ahead, and it's broken favourably for Beveridge. Beecham there. Enza recovers in a tangle between Beecham and Beveridge. Beecham stayed down. Now we have got a free kick. I think the referee might have got a call from his assistant. Might have just followed the ball, and it's been flagged instead. Or
probably a little bit unfortunate there. I think it was just a little tangle in back play. And as it continued, it looked like Dom Archbold had acres of space down that left side, which he had explored all first half. What's going to be interesting, Daniel, is the response from Western Bears. We saw it in the first half, and it was impressive. They got themselves back into the game, probably within 10 minutes or so. Just after they conceded that first goal, and they really started to tighten the screws a little bit possession-wise. We'll see if they respond in the same manner.
Ingram, Ensa. Can't keep that one in play. And then Carroll and Parks have swapped sides again. So continuing the pattern, the wingers for Broadmeadow. Stevens out to Dom Archbold and hooks it to Hatfield. Evans. Archbold's continued the run. It goes the other side instead, but Blake Archbold had already dropped back into the middle of the park. Smacked clear by Simmons. Iwasaki has given Stevens a little bit of work to do there. Not the first time we've seen a goalkeeper put under pressure from a back pass today. Archbold carries this one up, tries to slide it in behind, but can't. Beecham to Ensa. I think it might have been Kressner. Got my man buns mixed up. Simmons has won that back, or Parks. Again, just caught flat on his feet there. Kamara. No changes yet for Weston. Just wonder if Q Lians might shuffle the deck anytime soon. Beveridge from distance and palmed wide by Alvarez. Yeah. Good shot, good save.
Wicked shot there, and equal to it was Alvarez. He's had some crucial interventions in this second half already. Really tidy play there in the middle of the field from Western Bears. They've got a great opportunity now again from the set piece. Their American signing needs a good delivery. Just mentioned earlier on that last set piece, there is some tall timber. Hatfield, Hurley, Buswell, plenty of targets.
We've got a stoppage here. Palambini and Iwasaki were in a tussle just at this, our near end of the penalty area. Just going to be a little talking to. Look like that usual sort of tussle that we see at corner time sometimes. Probably see a bit more of when you've got no VAR, and it gives me great pleasure to make that observation. So Farling delivers again. It comes off the head of Hurley, but goes the wrong way, and then smacks by Blake Archbold. We'll get another corner. Touch on the way through, so Farling will trot over to the other side of Rockwell Automation Park and attempt to deliver again. Farling's got some runners now. He's got one short, and that's where it goes to Blake Archbold. Now Farling tries to chip back of the area. Beveridge is there, turns and gets a shot away. Hurley helps it on its way, but it's over the crossbar. That was close to being an equaliser again for Weston.
I think Chris Hurls was as surprised as everyone then. Probably just landed on him a little bit unexpectedly there. Deflection off the original shot from Beveridge, and inches away from an equaliser here at Bear Park. They're knocking on the door. They've had plenty of set pieces, Weston. As we approach the 74th minute now, there's not long to go in this fixture.
For what it's worth, we're 49th minute over at Fernley Dawes. It's still Cooks Hill 1, Edgeworth 1, which is good news for Broadmeadow, because it would put the premiership race back in their hands. Be one behind, but they still have a meeting with Edgeworth coming up in a fortnight, which is probably going to be decisive. They've got to see this one out. They've conceded the lead once, and then Caro almost got free. It's a goal kick to Weston. Now we've got a change. It's another change for Broadmeadow, though. Jared Baker's afternoon is done. Archbold manages to keep that one in. Hurley. Blake Archbold. Find a way through here. Hatfield. Got the shot away, but Enza was in the way.
The more they're injecting Buswell into the game, Western Bears, the more they look convincing moving forward. I think he's going to be the man to create something for those front boys. Try and get themselves back into this game.
Here's Hatfield again. He goes himself, and regulation stop for Alvarez. Takes something special to beat the Broadmeadow Gloveman from there. Hurley gets the header on it. Camper that was back to clean up. Hatfield has had to come all the way back. Nods it to Kamara. Iwasaki. Turns out well. Back to Kamara. Goes on a little bit of a run and then almost found Beveridge. This is Kamara. Iwasaki. The press comes from the Magic. Kamara has the outlet. Oh, that's going to be handball. That's a let off for Weston. It wasn't the greatest pass through the middle of the park, but Simmons just saw it ricochet off his thigh and into his arm. Stevens out to Hurley. Looking to use the full width of the pitch here at Rockwell Automation Park. Here's Kamara in one of those wide spaces, short to Buswell. Hatfield. Kamara again. Buswell has continued the run and he's managed to get inside, and again Enza made the block. Evans, edge of the area. Cressnar makes a tackle. That's a foul. That might be a booking. Evans sees yellow now as well. Cynical foul.
Yeah, probably a necessary foul as well. James Cressnar looked like he was just going to pounce on that loose ball and run away. With very few numbers for Western Bears back, it would have made it 3-on-3 almost. And he's the second man into the book today. Chris Hurl's been the first.
So they're both on a yellow card now, and for Broadmeadow, Ezra Palambini. So Iwasaki in the battle there. There is Palambini. Wins it off Evans. And so take him on again. It's Kamara and Evans double teaming the Broadmeadow winger, come number 10 at the moment, and they win out by weight of numbers. Try and break. Broadmeadow throw. Palambini still down on his hands and knees in back play, which is why we have the whistle. So 10.5 minutes to go in this one. Third versus second. This was always going to be a very important afternoon for Broadmeadow. And they're not too far away now from getting what they came for. Weston is still not out of this one either. Simmons meets the ball from Hurley. Parks. Iwasaki's come out from the back four to try and meet him. And Iwasaki wins that one as well. Simmons able to keep it in play.
He hasn't done much wrong today, Iwasaki. He's been impressive for Western Bears at the back. Very solid next to Hurls. And you just mentioned 80th minute. You'd have to imagine not that much additional time as well on top of that. And Western need to find answers quickly. It doesn't look like anyone on the bench is warming up as well, so Q Allens is pretty happy with the 11 on the field at the moment.
And this will be Broadmeadow's final change. This will be the third window for the Magic, so just going to be another one-man change again. It is Palambini, who was on a yellow card, and wonder if that might have factored into Jim Crestnar's thinking. He's going to be replaced by Jake Callan for the final 9 minutes and change in this one. Kamara, Hatfield. Counts inside and finds Kamara again. Enza kicks clear. Hurley now. Evans, a bit of pressure here. He's back over his head to Iwasaki. Now it's Buswell. Finds Hatfield. Still Hatfield. Rides one challenge. Still going his Hatfield. He needs some help here. And that's a loss of patience from Christopher Hatfield. And the free kick goes to Broadmeadow. So he needed some help. He probably did have an outlet back behind him. He just tried to take them all on.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, a player of his ability and the goals he scored this year, he was just searching for that half a yard on his left foot, just trying to bring it back on. Probably thought I'd back him on his right foot as well, just to go down the line a little bit. He's the man that you want on the ball in that space, though, for Weston. And the man I mentioned earlier, Cooper Buswell, he's the one feeding him through. I still think he's the man that's going to crack this game open.
Here is Farling out to Archbold, of the Dom variety, that is. Got Aaron Neokuru on the park now as well, so I didn't spot the change for Weston. The Bears number 10 is on now, and Buswell ricochets off Ensa and then skews off the headed camper. It'll be a corner for Weston.
Just looking at the field, Daniel, it looks like Connor Evans has finished his proceedings for the day, and as you just mentioned, Aaron's on, who'll probably play in more of a traditional 10 role. Try to inject himself into this game with minimal time left, but he's a player that has some X factor as well.
See what that means for formation, because it's not like for like then. A little bit of a shuffle. Fouling again, and it's Iwasaki involved in that again. Simmons that he was in a battle with on that occasion.
Second or third time it's been a tussle in the box now.
Yeah, it was Iwasaki and Palambini a couple of times, and now he's picked up where he left off with Simmons. And it's delivered in the pile of bodies, and it's Simmons, I think, who makes the clearance. There's only one up waiting for Broadmeadow, and he might have been held back by Archbold. We still go on now. Kamara's been dragged back by Nankaro, and he's going to be booked.
The old boys from either side starting to get vocal at the moment here. So we're edging closer to 90th minute. Good field position here, good opportunity to put a quality ball in for Weston. His deliveries have been quite good today, Farling. Wouldn't be shocked if he's on it again with his right foot.
He's going to be Farling. Good shape on it. Comes off the head of Parks. Hurley edge of the area for Weston to try and fashion something here. Parks makes a no-nonsense clearance. Dom Archbold now is being harried here. Stevens all the way up out of his area to meet it. Now Farling. They're under pressure here as the press comes. Nankaro joins his team out up the top. And Tommy in the number 10 jersey for Broadmeadow. This is Iwasaki. Kamara. Kamara's run out of a passing lane, so he has to go back to Iwasaki. Oh, Nankaro almost got the block on that. Awkward for Neon Kuru, but he got the job there. He's back on the ball now. Now he shifts to Blake Archbold. Neon Kuru again, combining with Kamara. Slightly heavy touch. Finds Farling, though. Archbold. His heavy touch was met by a red jersey, but I'll get a throw for it. Long throw to Hurley. Neon Kuru does well to bring that one down. And then just sells it short, and that was the invitation Callan needed. Kamara, Farling. Buswell. Buswell almost had Neon Kuru in behind. Magic scramble it clear. Farling. Weston had just picked up the tempo here as they chase that equaliser with 3 minutes plus stoppages to go. Hurley now. Bombs it long, looking for Hatfield. Kamara. It's inside his man. Neon Kuru now. Callan. Textbook tackle from the Broadmeadow substitute. He'll try and set Parks free here. Tom Parks advances up Rockwell Automation Park, but he needs support now. Iwasaki makes the tackle. Parks will try and come at him again. Needs an outlet, Parks. And they've made the tackle and they've got the throw in.
Definitely some tired bodies and tired legs out there now. Inching closer and closer to the 90th minute.
Kamara, I don't think he was ready for it or really wanted it, but he had it. Simmons strong on the ball. Kressner to Nankaro. Nankaro failing the challenge. Nankaro comes up with it again, rolls it to Camper. He's got a couple to aim at, and then Nankaro as well. Comes back to Kressner. Camper cuts inside himself, still Camper. Shifts it to Callan. He needed a bit more on it, did Callan. Has to go back to Ingram, who goes back to Ensa, who goes forward to Callan. Ingram's continued the run. It comes inside to Parks instead. Parks trying to get front foot now. Over to Nankaro. And Nankaro off the post, turned in. Broadmeadow 2 to the good now. That should be the clincher for the Magic.
That man again, Daniel Nankaro. He's been impressive today and struck the crossbar with venom. And come and sat down perfectly for Broadmeadow to slot it in and make that 3-1. You have to say that's all she wrote today at Bear Park. Geez, it's been a great game, back and forth. But again, it's that individual brilliance. Half a yard out on that right flank. He's been good all day. And again, struck with venom. And they were there to pounce on it. 3-1 to Broadmeadow. Looks like they'll be taking all 3 points on the road today.
So as the clock ticks past 90 minutes, 4 will be added. The fourth official rather, has just indicated. So 4 more minutes. Just check your watches now. I've got 15:54 local time.
Just checking in around the grounds as well, Daniel. Still 1-1, Edgeworth, Cooks Hill. 90th minute at the moment, additional time over at Adamstown against Newcastle Olympic.
Hurley. Archbold.
I mentioned earlier how important that save would have been from Alvarez to deny Western Bears to make it 2-1 in their favour. And we're looking at the score now, and it's 3-1 to Broadmeadow. It's a massive save looking back at it. Match-defining moment, season-defining moment potentially. You'd have to imagine Magic are just going to see out the clock now, which has been a pretty professional performance on the road today.
Kressner, who opened the scoring. It's Blake Archbold who makes the intervention. He stayed down. Beecham. Simmons is down now. They're all down. Like a casualty ward out there at the moment. Kamara heads clear. Weston try and come again. They've only got Hatfield up there, though, and 3 back for the Magic. And we have brought play to a stop. Ironically, just as everyone was back on their feet, I think. I didn't see an offside flag or anything, so I can imagine this will have to be a drop ball. Back with Hurley. And Iwasaki. Kamara. Hatfield. All the way through for Hatfield, so he's got to look back to Iwasaki again. He's being harried here, and just to get a pass away to Archbold. I think they might have just gone 3 at the back now. Weston maybe. Buswell drops in, but he's tackled. Now it's Callan for the Magic. Scuffed the pass, gets away with it. Parks has been put in behind again. Can he keep it in? He can. And Kamara concedes the corner. No, it's been adjudged a goal kick. used up the majority of that 4 minutes added. Iwasaki out to Kamara. So Weston, off the back of 6 wins in a row, are about to lose 2 in a row. For Broadmeadow, these are going to be 3 very important points in the premiership race. Hatfield, Kamara, Farling, Archbold. Archbold again, the other one. Blake, now Hurley. Nankaro getting involved again defensively. And that is the final whistle. And the Broadmeadow Magic will take all 3 points home. That's what they came for, as they try and keep pace with Edgeworth at the top of the table. A huge result for the Broadmeadow Magic. Matt Butner, sum that one up for us.
Yeah, it was a great game and massive 3 points for Broadmeadow on the road. Honestly, if I was Q Allen, there's not too much to be disappointed about besides the result and not taking 3 points. Plenty of positives there, but it was a professional display from Jim Kresner's men, which was oh so crucial in the premiership race, and sat them perfectly to come up against Edgeworth in these upcoming games in the race for B-League football and premiership in the Northern New South Wales men's competition. It was a good display today, good football and a good attendance. Western Bears just fall short, unfortunately, at home, but plenty to play for this season, the home side. As we mentioned, Australia Cup football, State Cup football, and of course finals football as well. It looks like they're going to cement themselves definitely in the top 3 or 4. So plenty of positives for Q's side regardless. And that's all she wrote. 3-1 to Broadmeadow Magic today at Bear Park.
So one game still going on at the moment, and it's still Cooks Hill 1, Edgeworth 1, which is good news for Broadmeadow. Another one to kick off a bit later, Maitland versus Charlestown Azzurri. All streamed live on Northern New South Wales Football YouTube. But at Rockwell Automation Park, the full-time score, the Western Bears 1, Broadmeadow Magic 3. Bye for now.